Welcome to DeWitt Perry Middle School. We are Team 2 of the Perry Botball teams, led by Cecile and I as the student leaders.
We have been working on two bots, named Beep Beep 8 and R2D2. There will be a detailed parts list at the end of the video.
As you can see, the small robot is the one with the camera. Its purpose is to locate the burning medical center and taking the ambulance to the non-burning medical center. It then takes the firefighters and the fire truck to the burning medical center. If there is time remaining, we will take the people.
R2D2 first goes for the medical and food supplies with the water palms on top and takes it back into the disaster relief zone. Afterwards, it heads for the water and places it into the water reclamation unit. If there is time remaining, we will get the people off the bridge.
We started the small robot by adding a servo arm to the demo bot we made at the start. Here is our camera that detects the building. Here is the servo that controls this part of the arm and the servo that controls this part of the arm, which opens and closes the claws. And then our two motors, which we drive off of. After testing the programs that we were writing, we realized that the bot rocked back and forth often, so we took it apart and redesigned it with this now, so there was more equal weight distribution.
After that, we worked on the first part of the program, going on the basis that the left medical center was on fire. When the team was done with that, our next job was to program in the second path of the robot, which was to be initiated if the medical center on the right was burning. It took us a long time, but we finished the whole program with both the routes.
For our Create robot, we built everything off of the basis of the demo platform with the Create 2 bracket set and the 4x12 metal plate. We then designed 3 different claws and then chose our third one because we decided it was the most efficient.
Our first claw in program got the power lines, but we found that it was very inconsistent and didn't work. We switched it after much decision to the program we are running now, and which averages around 30 points a run.
So this program, as mentioned before, grabs 3 stacks and deposits them in the disaster relief zone. Then it heads for the pom-poms, and then it drops them into the water reclamation unit.
As for the small robot, after programming and testing for a while, we found that it would be nearly impossible to get the small robot to get the people, as there isn't sufficient time. With this in mind, we erased that part from our plan.
Neither of these robots were easy to make. We first tested them by running the program we wrote, and after observing its runs, we would discuss and edit as we saw fit, whether it be software or hardware. There were multiple times where we thought something would work and then it just didn't. We also stayed later than usual a lot. We will keep working until Botball comes around.
Our main way of programming was trial and error. We would add 1 to 2 lines to our programming before we tested it. We had to redo many lines in order to get the exact measurements.
There were frequent moments when our whole program was working just perfectly, but when we came back the next day, it just didn't work. So we had to reprogram a lot of it. It took a lot of time and irritating tests to make a full, accurate program.
Overall, in the beginning, the programs were really inconsistent, and we had to change it almost every time for both robots. However, after hours of blood, sweat, and tears of reprogramming, we finally have gotten them to run well enough to get us points to last in the what? No, wait. To last in the tournament. To last in the tournament. Now we'll demonstrate the small robot with the burning building on the left side. This robot scores an average of 150 points per run.
now
And
we'll-
now for the Create Robot.